So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about how you can improve on your melodies. But to make this more simple, I'm gonna start off this with a simple chord progression, which is E minor, C, D, and G, and this is how it sounds like. To be honest, one of the things that I started off doing was to go on the internet and search about the chord progressions, and this is going to speed up your workflow and how your brain interprets the music theory and everything. So if you're totally a beginner and you would love to improve on your melodies or your chords or something to do with music theory, you should actually start off with chords, because I think it's a better way than starting off with the melody. Once you start off with the chords, it's then you will proceed on to the creating the melody, but in the process your brain will learn to make melodies. This simple chord progression is really basic, so I'm gonna try and make it more advanced. And one of the things that you can do to make this advanced is to add in more notes, like something like this. And what I've actually done is to add this root note up. Another step that you can do to improve your melodies is to try to make flips and inversions in your chord. And one of the inversions that you can do is get all the middle notes of your chords and flip them upwards and check how it sounds like. There is totally a difference in that, and from this chord progression I'm going to proceed and actually make a melody out of it. It's all about improvising. Once you try this over and over, it becomes a little bit easier to do, so I can try and arpeggiate them, and with doing that I'm creating a melody out of my chords. I can decide to do something like this, and that is okay. And another thing that I can do is drive this one all the way up to here. And there is no rule in this thing, it's just basic things, you know, creating a chord progression and arpeggiating different notes. You know, you can literally fill in different notes in the same scale that you've chosen to work in. Right now I'm working with a G, and fill in more notes, and you know, I can maybe try something like this. Maybe do something like around here. Bam. Bam. I'm just trying out random notes that are in the scale, and it's sounding nice. And I've started with my chord progression, and you know, when I'm fixing in other notes, I can hear and tell that this is not sounding right the way I want it to sound. So in that process I can really tell, even if I'm not following the scale, that this note is really is not sounding the right, like it's off key, you know what I mean. So let's say if I put this right here, I mean, if maybe put it A sharp and just listen, I could tell that it's not in the scale, or it's off key. So, and another thing is to always work with the rhythm. I started with the rhythm that I started with at A minor, pa 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 pam pam. So I would love to keep that going through the whole progression or the whole loop, but make simple twists that are not very far from the original rhythm that I started with. Bum, bum, bum. So usually instruments like pianos or guitars, if you want to improve on your melodies and how they sound, you should actually follow up the humanize thing. Whichever do you're using, you can try and humanize that, or play around with different velocities, because when somebody's playing the piano, they always play it like it's not a constant thing, so you try and randomize stuff in here. It really makes a change. So I already have the foundation, and I can really change the sound from the piano and put any other sound in. I know it will sound nice. So another thing that you can do to spice up your melodies is to add layers, and with layers you can decide and create a top line on top of this one, and this is how you can do it. Okay, so I've got that top line and just improvise, and I can process this into a sample if you would love to flip this sample. And another thing you can do is to add a vocal chop on your melodies. They really make a change. And it's not the bass, but I can go ahead and process it, whichever process you're going to use to make it sound legit, if you know what I mean. So that actually sat in very well. And another one more tip that you can add on your melodies and make them sound advanced is to actually reverse them, and this is how it works. So I'm basically going to chop them up around here. So I have my melody right there, and I'm going to reverse it, and this is how it sounds like. And when they sound together, and yeah, those are the things that you can do to make your melody sound way more advanced than making a simple melody and adding drums on it. And you can go further by bouncing this into an audio track, and you actually sample it. I'll be showing you how to do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave this melody right in the description. I'm gonna leave a link right there, and I wanna hear your beats in my next video. I'm gonna go ahead and hear some of your beats that you've made using this loop. So yeah, I'm signing out for now. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.